Okay, here's a recap of April 15th. This is pre-market, 8:48 Eastern. So came onto the charts and saw the overnight session, pushed higher, tested through the CVA and entered back into it. So I was looking for a short. Not the best entry. I kind of went in after that push down, but so a little impatient there. I could have waited and wouldn't have to sit through this, but it is what it is. Both bids and offers are pulling a little bit off there. Buyers can't really push through with too much aggression. So right now I'm feeling okay. Offers getting thin, but holding. So we have this little node here that we've built out. Typically the play is to play the retest, so let price break, retest, and go. So a little early entry for myself. I have to sit through a bit of this, which is okay. Offers are pulled here. Holding price. That little buy block, push price back higher, back to my entry. Price quickly rejects and travels down further. Bids are being pulled, offers are stacking. Starting to flush through a little bit of this lower volume area. So at this point, as I see it stalling, I should be thinking about price retracing back up. So I can either take profit or hold on to that, which I decided to take profit. I was just trying to get a few wins in, a few small wins in to start the day, get a little bit of a cushion to start the day. So now we're starting to pull back. See if we can retest this node here, see if this node holds. Which is up around here. Offers pulled again, the holding price. Bids are stacking in here. So we're looking to see if sellers are going to defend this node or if buyers are going to overpower and push through. This area here. So what I'm thinking now is that sellers are defending this level. They're just coming in towards the top of that distribution and getting retail buyers liquidity right now. Retail traders wanted to buy this breakout, and sellers should be absorbing this. So we're getting stuck at this node. It's HVN. Having a bit of a battle here, building out this node a bit further. But this offer keeps pulling and price is not going higher. Could be retail buying the bull breakout, right? Failed bull flag. And after a big push like that, having this long of another push is a little bit suspect, so I'm still thinking shorts on these. There's a second deviation of VWAP for the weekly, which new week, so it's technically the daily. But we hit our 2 there, second deviation, and still thinking double top, failure to take out overnight high. The only other piece of information that I had at this time was this area here was an unfinished auction on the footprint. So part of me was also still hesitating on the shorts. That's probably why I didn't enter for a long time, because I was waiting for that unfinished auction to be taken. Then I think after this little bit of time, that was just my impatience and me getting in short. I mean, unfinished auctions aren't always taken, but so I felt I had enough information to take the short here. My take was price maybe needs to make a little bit deeper retracement before going for it. And with me being a scalper, I could take in like 12 points off that move. Like 12 points should be down in this area, should be about 50%. I put my take profit further, always just, I'd rather, if it does go to my take profit area, into my zone, then I start bringing my stop loss in tight. But I feel like for having a take profit, you might as well go further with it, because if you get one of those flushes, they're fun to get on, they're fun to ride. Okay, back to the dome here. So buyers are holding it up the top of this node now. So at this point, I'm probably thinking, okay, my thesis is probably more accurate that unfinished auction is going to be taken before we go down, but this is just what was going on in my head at the time. Offers being pulled here. It's pushing it up to the top of this node. So if sellers aren't stepping in here, then we're going to see that flush to the top side. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. So getting used to all this stuff here. Just bring it up. Continuing to grind higher. Every time that offer steps in, steps down, buyers keep pushing it back up. At this point, I think I'm just waiting on my hands for price to take that overnight high, the unfinished auction up there. I know I was thinking I want to get long. I think I thought long enough about it. I think I might have taken a long. If I remember correctly, it went up like 4 points in my favor, and then I let it come back on me, which proved my initial thesis correct. Wait for that unfinished auction to get taken and then look for the short. But when you sit in front of the charts and you don't have patience, sometimes you do dumb things. It's almost, I'm just looking at price here now, it's almost been a 500 point drop to the downside today. Let's see where we get to. I guess I could speed this up a bit. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're doing the double top fail and we're not going to take the high. So I'm watching here. That might have just been a little inducement there to get some more sellers in the market. Pull the bids a bit further, let price drop down. A little more liquidity for the move higher. Just me testing my hotkey. Ask +4. I think earlier I tried my bid -4 and it didn't work, so tried the ask. Here's the out of place auction I was looking at, the overnight high. I think this is where maybe I get along for the breakout. Cool. You know, why buy on that big retracement? Buy at the top. Oh no, I guess I got short. Working back down through that distribution again. I gotta go back. I missed that. I was looking at my phone. Sorry, folks. Where did we get that offer fully pulled? Didn't step back in at that point. Yeah, you're done. Yeah, kept the loss small. There's that dumb buy entry breakout trade. I'm seeing these bids stack, and I'm like, okay, maybe we are gonna push higher. Okay, all stacked in, but then quick rejection, quick pulse through again. So I see the offers all pulled, so I see the bids moving towards the highs, so I'm holding. Still haven't broken out yet. Stopped out. Immediately reverse, thinking that it's a failed breakout. Now it's still hovering. Stall. You think that's gotta be my sign that price isn't dropping? Do I stay in it? Not much for bids. So yeah, this time 9:24. Still anticipating that overnight high to potentially be taken before the open, like 5 minutes before the open. I should be taking that off and waiting for the open to see what happens. At this point, I'm trying to put my stop kind of in the middle of those two distributions. I want to protect some profits. Yeah. Offers pulled, but the bids can't push it. Offer step in, drive down. So I basically got wicked out there. But then we're back. Yeah, if I didn't move my stop, I'd still be in this trade, obviously. See that little blip there? Quick buy delta erased. Same part again. Someone, it looked like someone was trying to hold price down there. They finally got ran over though. So that's a sign of strength. Someone wants that overnight high. Put the node building here. So go back and watch that open again. Normal speed. So we are right now open. I get short with the momentum. RTH POC shifting down rapidly with price. Very nice little scalp off the open. I'm watching to see, are buyers going to take control again or are sellers going to jump on it again? So we're keeping it on the top half of that node. Block just shifted higher. Still holding the top of that node. Seller stepping in. Quick flash through. Where are the buyers? So now we're at the bottom of that node. Bottom of that node there. Push through. That move happened so fast it would have been very hard to get a short on that. So I'm looking as price enters into this bid dominant area, looking to see what happens here. Some large bids in there. You can push back into this node up here, but sellers are holding it down. Lots of red on the tape. Now I think it's a good time to get long. Not sure why. I'm gonna go back and check that. What made me think that was a good spot? Did I see really any bid step in? Right there. This little node holding me up. The volume building out here. Flash through though. I see all this by delta in here. This area here, this demand zone possibly. So I look to get long again. Mind you, I'm playing a 6 1/4 stop loss, but I'm looking for tight entries. Just got ran over again. Do we have this node building out here? Do we have buyers stepping in? Not yet. Would have been nice to have held that short. For rejection up the bottom of this overnight volume area. And looks like I just want to keep the momentum going short. Wasn't going to catch a falling knife, I guess. Just trying to catch a little piece of the move at the bottom. At this point, I gotta be thinking we need to have a pullback sometime, though. But I keep trying to go short with it. Stopped out again, so I'm just taking these small losses. Now I'm like, okay, now it's got to be time. I got stopped out twice. This means it's got to be reversing now. I do think I take a 2R on this one. I was just looking to see if price would take back half of the opening range. 5-minute opening range. Stopped it. Back in. That's part of this. It's part of this strategy, but that was the wrong entry. That should have been a long. So that was an error. Or maybe I was thinking that, but that's a very poor trade if that was a short. Very FOMO-ish. Here's the 2R, I believe. Went 1R, moved my stop up. When you're trading one mini, small losses is imperative. Boom. So I know at this point I'm getting pretty frustrated because I was up on the day. Now I'm down 14 points. Got a bunch of small, tiny losses. So I remember doing pep talks with myself, being like, okay, slow things down, make sure we're doing the right thing, keep losses small, and I'm not looking for big moves anymore. I think I was going to be content with taking some 1Rs and break evens. About 1R right there. Flush up the VWAP. I think I take it off here pretty soon once I realize there's a rejection of VWAP, maybe. Trying to remember. I was sitting through it. Good job there. I took it off there. So that was about a 15-point move, so 2.3-ish to 1. When you go on with a 6-point stop and price moves 1R and you move your stop right up to like 3 points, you make 12. That's a 4R trade. Granted, that's only if price moves for you. If it moves against you on a 6er, then you're taking 6 risk. 6 points. push right through VWAP. Midpoint there. I'm gonna look and see why I took that off. Is there a good reason to take that off at VWAP, or is it just because I thought, well, this is VWAP? And price usually rejects off VWAP. So we're at VWAP. Push through it, and we're holding, and I got out. There's no good reason to get out. The bids were being pulled at this level, but price was not going down. I should have brought my stop up to here, right? Yeah, there was no need to get out of that trade early. That's okay. And there was no reason to get out anywhere along that way, so that would have been a really nice trade if I had held that. Look at this, the shelf here. Volume is not being built at that top of that shelf, really. So we don't see volume building on the top of that shelf. That's a good reversal, right? Like this area here. It's a big marker. Since when did we get that big? Weird. Guess that's what you get for the free version. Anyway, price moved up to this ledge and could not build volume out here. But now we are, possibly. Nope, just a little sweep. That was a stop grab, so then I got back in. Hawk shifted higher there. And these buyers are still underwater right now, though. I guess the time duration on scalp maybe should have pulled out of this. Price trying awfully hard to get lower and it can't. On a big move up. Is that a sign to get out of the short? Watching these numbers here down. Bids pulled though, and like I still can't get down. It's quite the battle. Volume building out here, right at my entry. See, so that price took out all of our stops and then went down. Something like that, I guess, with that time duration. I could have got out and then waited. But all good. Price goes through these guys. Big seller there. that's all I'm going to review for today.